All right, let's be real. Everyone thinks they're a good driver, but is that really true? Let's put that to the test. Think about it. Are you the one who changes lanes without signaling, drives way too close to the car in front, or slams on the brakes in the middle of the road just to check your GPS? If any of that sounds familiar, yeah, we need to have a little talk. But hey, don't worry just yet. Maybe you actually are a great driver. And if you do these 8 things, congratulations! You're probably better than most people on the road. But here's the thing, there's always room to get better. And trust me, number 5 is something even experienced drivers mess up all the time. Before we get started, welcome to AutoSphere. If you love cars, driving tips, and everything in between, you are in the right place. So buckle up, hit that like button, and let's find out if you truly belong in the Good Drivers Club. Let's start with something simple, but super important. Turn signals. If you're someone who always uses them, good news, you're already ahead of a lot of drivers. But let's be honest, we've all seen that one person who changes lanes like they're playing a video game. No signal, no warning, just vibes. And if you've never seen someone do that, I hate to say it, but it might be you. Using your turn signal isn't just about being polite, it's about safety. It lets other drivers know what you're about to do. And trust me, nobody out here is a mind reader. And here's the crazy part. A lot of accidents happen just because someone didn't take half a second to flip that little lever. Literally, half a second. That's all it takes. So if you're already using your turn signals every single time, congrats! You're doing something that apparently a shocking number of people still don't do. And that brings us to point number 2. Because even if you're using your turn signals, there's another habit that can make or break your driving skills, which is you keep a safe following distance. Now, let's be real. We've all had that one car behind us, practically glued to our bumper, acting like rushing is gonna magically make traffic disappear. And if you haven't seen that driver before, well, you might be them. Here's the deal. Keeping a safe distance isn't just about comfort, it's about reaction time. The faster you're going, the more space you need to stop if something unexpected happens. Experts recommend the 3-second rule. Pick a fixed object on the road, like a sign or a tree. When the car in front of you passes it, start counting. If you reach that spot in less than 3 seconds, you're too close. Simple, right? And no, being good at braking doesn't mean you can ignore this. Because guess what? The person behind you might not be paying attention. So if you always leave enough space between your car and the one in front, congrats! You're making the road safer for everyone. All right, so you're keeping a safe distance from other cars. That's great. But what happens when you need to change lanes? Because if you're not checking your blind spots correctly, well, let's just say you might be playing a very dangerous game. A lot of drivers rely only on their mirrors, thinking they show everything. But here's the problem. They don't. There's a reason they're called blind spots. If a car is sitting in that hidden area, you won't see it until it's way too late. Now, checking your blind spot is simple, but so many people either forget or do it the wrong way. Turning your whole upper body? Nope, that's not it. Staring over your shoulder for 3 whole seconds? Yeah, also not it. Here's how to do it right. Before switching lanes, do a quick glance over your shoulder, just enough to check the blind spot, but not so much that you lose sight of the road ahead. Quick, smooth, and controlled. That's the key. And don't just check once and assume you're good. Things change fast on the road. A car that wasn't there a second ago could be there now. So if you're already making that quick, controlled check every time you change lanes, congrats! You're doing something that, sadly, way too many drivers ignore. So you're checking your blind spots like a pro. That's awesome. But here's a question. What happens when you're getting onto a highway? Because if you don't know how to merge properly, you might be the reason for some very confused and very angry drivers. Merging shouldn't feel like a high-speed game of chicken. But let's be honest, That's exactly how some people treat it. You've seen it before. Drivers who just dive onto the highway without looking, or the ones who stop at the end of the ramp like they're waiting for a personal invitation. Here's how to do it right. First, use the on-ramp to match the speed of the traffic. You're not supposed to merge in slow motion, and you're definitely not supposed to floor it at the last second. Smooth and steady is the goal. Next, check your mirrors and blind spots early. Don't just wait until the last second and hope for the best. Find a gap, signal, and merge confidently. And here's something a lot of people forget. Merging is a team effort. If you see someone trying to merge, don't be that person who speeds up just to block them. That's not skill. That's just being difficult for no reason. So, if you know how to merge smoothly without cutting people off or causing traffic jams, congrats! You're doing something that, for some reason, still seems to confuse a lot of drivers. Now, don't get me wrong, modern cars are packed with amazing tech. Backup cameras, blind spot monitors, lane keeping assist. It's like having a co-pilot that never complains about your driving. But, and this is a big but, technology isn't perfect. Sensors can fail, cameras can have blind spots, and let's be honest, sometimes that GPS has no idea where it's taking you. Ever followed a GPS just to end up in a dead end or, even worse, almost in someone's driveway? Yeah, technology is helpful, but it's not a replacement for common sense. A good driver uses tech as a tool, not a crutch. You still check your mirrors, you still look over your shoulder, and you still pay attention to the road. Because at the end of the day, the best safety feature in your car is you. So, if you're using technology wisely, without depending on it like it's some kind of autopilot, congrats! You're driving smarter than a lot of people out there. So, you don't rely solely on technology. That's a huge sign of a great driver. But here's the thing. Even if you have complete control of your car, Mother Nature has other plans sometimes. And that's why a good driver knows how to adjust for weather and road conditions. Because let's be honest, some drivers act like the weather doesn't exist. Rain, snow, ice, doesn't matter. They're still out there driving like it's a bright sunny day on an open highway. Here's the reality. Wet roads mean longer stopping distances. Fog means less visibility. And ice? Ice means if you don't adjust, you might just find yourself sliding into a situation you really don't want to be in. A good driver pays attention and adapts. If it's raining, they slow down and leave more space between cars. If it's foggy, they use low beams, not high beams, because high beams just make things worse. And if the road is covered in snow or ice, they don't just slam the brakes like normal. They ease off the gas, brake gently, and stay as steady as possible. And let's not forget, rough roads are just as tricky. If you're flying over potholes, loose gravel, or steep curves like you're auditioning for a Fast and Furious movie, well, let's just say your car is not going to thank you for it. Oh, and here's something a lot of people forget. Just because your car has ABS, traction control, or all-wheel drive, that doesn't mean you can drive like it's invincible. These features help, but they don't replace common sense. So, if you already adjust your driving based on the road and the weather, congrats. You're not just a good driver, you're a smart one. All right, so you know how to adjust for weather and road conditions. That's great. But even if you have perfect control of your car, none of it matters if you're not paying attention. And that brings us to another major sign of a great driver. You avoid distractions and stay focused. Some people treat their car like a mobile office, restaurant, and movie theater all at once. We've all seen it. The person texting at a red light and still sitting there when it turns green. The driver eating a full meal, steering with their knee, or the one who's so into their music, they start drifting into the next lane. Good drivers, they don't let this happen. They keep their eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and their attention on what's happening around them. And yes, that includes ignoring phone notifications. Because no text, call, or meme is worth risking an accident. If it's that important, pull over. When you're driving, you're responsible for everyone around you. And the best way to keep them safe? Stay focused. So, if distractions don't take your attention away from the road, congrats! You're already ahead of a lot of drivers. And now, let's talk about the final sign of a great driver. It takes experience, patience, and self-control. Great drivers don't just avoid distractions and stay focused. They drive smoothly and anticipate traffic. Ever been in a car with someone who slams the gas, brakes hard, or jerks the wheel like they're in an action movie? It's not just uncomfortable, it's unsafe. Smooth drivers keep acceleration, braking, and lane changes controlled and predictable. That makes the ride safer for everyone. But what truly separates the best drivers? They don't just react, they anticipate. They watch traffic ahead, not just the car in front of them. If they see brake lights in the distance, they ease off the gas early instead of stopping suddenly. If another driver is drifting between lanes, they adjust before it becomes a problem. By staying aware and thinking one step ahead, they make the road safer and more efficient. We just went through 8 clear signs that you're actually a good driver. So now, it's your turn. How many of these do you check off? Are you an 8 out of 8? Or is there one thing you know you need to work on? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hey, if you found this video helpful or even just entertaining, do me a favor, hit that like button. It really helps the channel and it lets me know you want more content like this. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest car tips, driving guides, and everything auto from AutoSphere. Thanks for watching, drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.